It's going to be Guan Yu Zhou.
You said Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah.
Isn't it Zhou Guan Yu?
Well done, Josh.
Hi guys, and welcome to our 2024 prediction video. So we're going to run through our top threes of our constructors, our drivers, and we're going to have 3 wild cards in there. You never know. One of them might be right. Probably not. It never works out the way that we think. So yeah, going to start with our top 3 constructors. So Josh, who are your top 3 constructors?
So, my top 3 is, third is going to be Red Bull, second, Mercedes, and first, going Ferrari.
Okay. Red Bull haters, he lives in Liverpool. Go and get him.
But I have valid justifications for these.
Oh, do you? Okay, go on then.
Yes. So I think Red Bull is going to have the fastest car on the grid again.
Okay.
But it's going to be a closer grid. Testing tells us it's going to be a closer grid.
Yeah, but testing's...
I know. I've got hope. Let me have my hope.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Max is going to drive away. We know that, right? But Perez is going to let the team down.
Okay, fair enough.
And I've always liked Perez. And guys at a top team. If you pick a second driver and you compare them to the Mercedes and Ferrari teams, you take any of the other drivers from their teams.
Even Sainz?
I'd take Sainz. Even after all this controversy of Ferrari and Mercedes, you take Sainz over Perez. I would. He's won more races than Perez in a short time.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree with you.
Yeah. I think second's going to be Mercedes. Right now, until Lewis leaves, they have the best driver partnership on the grid, but the car's going to let them down. I think it's going to be a good car, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough to beat Ferrari. And Ferrari, I think they're going to have a lot more consistent pace than Mercedes.
Okay.
They're probably going to have the usual blunders with the pit stops and the strategy calls. It's Ferrari. What else is it going to be? I feel they're going to make significant improvement from last year. And Leclerc is a great driver, so is Sainz. They've got a great partnership there as well. I can see Ferrari having a really good season this season.
Okay, yeah.
So, how about your top 3 then?
Weirdly enough, mine's literally the reverse of yours. So I've got Ferrari third, Mercedes second, Red Bull first.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone with Ferrari third, partly because of what you mentioned, is that they've always had a little bit of issue. There was a few little niggles at testing. They might be able to sort them out with the car. It might just be little tweaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely convinced by them yet. You know, we've seen them have good pace. We've seen them look good. They tend to then just fail. You know, like Leclerc last season, poled a fair few times. I actually can't remember how many it is off the top of my head. But then lost it to Max. You know, and then you compound that with the issues with, you know, them getting them out of the pits or making the wrong calls. You know, yeah. I don't see that going away now. They were doing that right up until the end of last season, unless they went around and smacked everybody over the head with a wheel. You know, like I don't see it changing. And I think Mercedes will just edge them. You know, I had seen a tweet earlier saying that the Mercedes is actually faster than it seems. That they weren't showing their hand at all. I mean, I know a lot of the teams probably weren't showing their full hand.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of the Mercedes team seemed very happy with what they put out.
They always sandbag. If they got a good car, they always sandbag it. They do seem confident this year. I'll give you that.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence around them this year, and I think that they will actually do quite well. I think if there's going to be any teams that win any races and take any wins off of Red Bull, it will be Ferrari, it will be Mercedes. You might get an outsider, but those are the 2 teams that will be pushing those. I think the gap between, say, third and fourth might be a bit bigger than between the top 3 this season. I think it's going to be very tight. This is the constructors, weirdly enough, is the one that I was actually most worried about getting wrong.
I can see that.
Yeah, I kept chopping and changing, and I just settled on something. And then, yeah, Red Bull top. You know, they were running in low performance mode. Yeah, I think Max is very, very strong. And if he pulls off what he did last year, it doesn't matter about Perez. As long as Perez gets in the points, I don't see it going any other way, to be honest.
Actually, my reason for ours, though, this is actually Fred Vassar's first proper season, I'd say. He's actually going to build the car for the first time ever, direct the direction of it.
Yeah, then to be fair, yeah, that probably would be a good thing. He's had a lot of experience in just in the world of Formula whatever.
Yeah.
He's been around for a while, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so those are our top constructors. I will put them on the screen now, somewhere, and yeah, okay, we've got top drivers. So again, top three. We're doing top three everything. Go on, hit me with your drivers.
I know we're doing top three, so fourth and third, I've chopped and changed, it's changed it quite a bit.
If you've got two on the same thing, then fine, go with it. If you're really like neck and neck, by all means.
Third, I've got Charles.
Okay.
Second, I've got Lewis. Sorry, Lewis Hamilton, should I say? Sir Lewis Hamilton. And first, it's gonna be Guan Yu Zhou. No, obviously not. It's gonna be Max Verstappen.
You said Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah.
Isn't it Zhou Guan Yu?
Well done, Josh. Well, Max is gonna win the championship. We know that anyway.
Yeah.
Right. I've got Ferrari first in the constructors, and Charles in third as the top Ferrari driver. Strange, I know.
It's doable.
But I think the grid's going to be that tight this year.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's going to be that close. If Mercedes are as strong as they think they're going to be, Ferrari are as good as they look, it's going to be close. And Charles is an amazing driver. If he can get that tendency to just not overdrive the car out of him, he's a world champion in the making, but we've said that for years. But has he ever been given the car, apart from maybe last season? No, sorry, not last season, 2 seasons ago, where for half season it looked like they might have been able to do it. He has never been given the car to challenge.
Yeah, I suppose.
So if they give him the car, you never know what's going to happen with Charles.
Yeah.
Lewis, he doesn't overdrive the car. Okay, he had that one crash with Russell last year, but he's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to get the points. He gets the job done. If things went the other way last year, he nearly got second in the drivers last year with that Mercedes. So he can definitely get second as long as the car will stick with him.
Yeah.
Max, I don't think there's going to be as many wins as last year. I'm hoping and praying it's not going to be.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have at least over 10 wins.
I could see that happening. Like based off last year, based off what the car looks like in testing. Again, the car did have a few little issues with it. It did keep sort of going oversteer, understeer. I watched a bit of it. I got bored.
It is testing now.
Yeah. They need to tweak it. But yeah, I could see that.
For all we know, Williams may charge to the front.
Okay.
You just don't know. You'll find out on Friday how the pace is going to look for everyone, but we just don't know.
No, I suppose not now. Yeah. Okay.
So how do you think, what is your top three going to be then?
Right, okay. So yeah, I had a little bit of I wasn't sure which round my second and third was going to go. So third I've got Hamilton.
Okay.
I've got Leclerc. First I've got Max. I don't think
you got Max is first.
Yeah, I don't think we're really that surprised that Max is first, and I'm not really going to go that much into it when I get to him. Yeah, I think Hamilton will put out a very strong performance for Mercedes. I think Mercedes have owed that much to him for the last couple of years, if I'm being honest. And I think that he'll want to do the best that he can between now and the end of the season, obviously. He wants to be going into Ferrari on strong footing. I've then gone with Leclerc in second. I think those two are very interchangeable. I think there'll be a massive battle between the two of them.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to be a case of who's going to be the number one driver at Ferrari for next season. You know, if Hamilton absolutely trounces Leclerc this season, is Leclerc going to be number one driver?
It's Charles' team, but I'm not saying he's a great sports. I'm not. Statistically, he is.
Yeah.
You've brought in statistically the best driver of all time. But Leclerc also deserves to be number one. That is going to be a very tough balance for Ferrari next season.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, Hamilton himself he's very good with his teammates usually.
Alonso.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they didn't really like each other anyway, and they still don't.
No.
Hamilton lives
Respect each other, though.
Well, yeah, Hamilton lives rent free in Alonso's head. Those two are very interchangeable.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I've gone for Max at number one. Yeah,
See, I'm still shocked about for Max.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that he'll probably win at least 10 races. If he doesn't, it will be a straight fight between Leclerc and Max. Possibly. But obviously, in my heart, I would love that Mercedes wins and Hamilton's, goes out and gets his 8th this season. Personally, obviously, I'd love to see that. Sorry, his 9th.
Don't start controversy.
There you go. I'll have a little bit of controversy.
No.
Fair enough. Of course, I'd love to see that he wins his 8th. Obviously.
Yeah. So the first one is a wild card, but could happen reasonably. I think Lando's going to win his first race. Finally.
Sprint or actual race?
Actual race.
Okay.
I think after a mid-season update by McLaren, I think they're going to be good enough to where they can win a race if they're lucky. And I think if he has the chance, he'll be there and take it.
They'll need to smash it with the upgrades.
They did last season.
They did, true.
And they're going to start off on a better foot this season, so...
They've started on a better foot. They're still behind, but yeah.
Yeah, but they proved they can turn it around.
True. Okay, yeah, okay. I could see that being a possibility. Maybe 10% chance.
Wild card.
Put the odds on now. If you want to send me money to PayPal, that would be great.
Imagine Bahrain gets prediction race already.
I know. Tick that off straight away.
Yeah. Second one, it kind of relates to the Drivers' Championship, but I think Perez is going to be outscored by both Ferrari and Mercedes drivers.
By both of them?
By both of them, yes.
Okay, to be fair, I can see that. George isn't a bad driver. Sainz isn't a bad driver. Obviously, we've spoken about Leclerc and Hamilton. Yeah, I could see that being the case, yeah. Okay.
And this is the one where you're going to go, okay, you sure?
Okay.
Logan Sargent is going to be sacked mid-season and replaced by Antonelli.
Ooh.
If Sargent's having a bad season again,
yeah,
and they're losing Lewis, Mercedes, James Vowles has a connection, Williams runs a Mercedes engine,
yeah,
Antonelli's doing well in F2. So you already got super license points. You prepare him ready for next season.
What you've got to consider isn't this his first season in F2?
We've seen it at Max.
Yeah, true.
He went from F3 to F1.
Okay, that is very out there.
Yeah.
Very, very out there.
But you're telling me you can't see it happen just a little bit? If Sargent struggles with that car again,
yeah,
all Tony goes, hey, do you know we hooked you up with the Mercedes engine? We hooked you up when you worked here. Look, the chances are very slim. Completely agree. But that's why it's a wild card.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, okay, yeah. I was actually genuinely surprised by that. I actually don't know what to say. Okay, yeah. It is a wild card. Mine seem a little bit tame in comparison, but okay, yeah.
Go on, what's your 3 wild cards then?
Okay, right. So one of them, Singapore gets cancelled.
It's a wild card, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, we have talked about it in a previous video. Yeah. I don't remember which one it is now, but it was there somewhere. But
if you found it, this one.
That's if I find it, but yeah. Yeah, I could see that being a possibility. I think China's still going to definitely go on, but
It'll be too late to cancel it now.
yeah, way too late. I don't think they'd want to do that again anyway.
No.
Yeah, Singapore, I could see possibly getting cancelled. I've gone with Hamilton is going to win multiple races, not just the one.
Oh.
So originally I was thinking he's going to win one race, but then I thought he's quite good at a few tracks. If the car backs him up, it might be more than one. I could see it being maybe 2 or 3. I don't think it's going to be enough to go and win the title 100%.
No.
Obviously, like I said, I wish that he does, but I think with how his season's obviously going to pan out, that he's going to be leaving and whatnot, I think he's going to want to push himself as much as he possibly can going towards Ferrari and might actually win a couple of races. I don't know how he'll win them. It could be, there's a freak accident or whatever, and then he ends up being at the front of the pack and he's just the fastest of everybody. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, don't want that to happen. But, he's good. He's good enough at a fair few tracks. I think he might win Brazil, and I don't know why. I just feel like that would be a perfect.
Brazil's
spot.
like a second home.
I know, but I could see him winning Interlagos this year. I could see it happening. It's his last year in a Mercedes. Why not? Yeah, but that's more hopeful than anything else. I think it's going to be plural. I just don't know where the plural is. Joe, I'm going to say it right now. I think it's going to be 3 races, and one of those is going to be Brazil.
Okay. See, I could see 2 of those races. I could see it being Silverstone and Brazil.
Oh, it'd be great if he won Silverstone, but yeah. That's me as an English person. I always want the English person to win. I don't care who it is. It could be Lando. I don't mind.
Stop it with the bias.
Oh, no, that British bias, eh? But okay, my last one. I think Perez is going to leave mid-season and get replaced by Danny Rick.
I originally had that, and I changed Antonelli.
He's going to get booted. There's been a few things that have been said on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's a few things that I've read from Helmut Marko, and there seems to be a bit of tension, a bit of an issue towards Perez at the minute, and I could see it becoming more of a reality if he messes up. Basically, if he finishes outside the top 10 or doesn't start getting enough points for the team, and you get towards that mid-season break and Red Bull aren't even first, gone.
I don't know nothing about how I do anything. Whoa!
I reckon he'll be gone. They'll bring in Ricciardo, steady the ship. He'll get points on the board. He might not win races, but he'll get points on the board.
Yeah.
He's a good team player. And yeah, I could see it happening. We did speak about this as well, but I think we spoke about it like outside of our videos.
Yeah.
That it could possibly happen. Yeah. I think this is the end for Perez. I don't know where he'd end up going at the minute. Possibly he could
I don't think he'd end up anywhere. I think if he leaves Red Bull, that's him done with F1.
You never know. He might team up with Sainz and go to Audi. Very long shot. That's like 2 years away. And even then, the Audi's got issues at the minute. So,
the Audi
team.
The Audi aren't even in it yet.
I know, but they're having issues already. It's team issues. It's not car issues, I don't think. But yeah, I could see that happening. I think mine might be more likely to happen than yours.
Very true.
I think you might not be far off with Sargent going, but
the Antonelli.
I don't know about the Antonelli bit. Sargent did have a few issues during testing. He did go off track, almost crashed at one point.
I can let that off in testing. It's a brand new car.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Getting used to it.
Yeah. It's just trial and error. A lot of people had issues, especially on the first day. They were running wide, whatnot. Ocon had issues with his car and ended up having to replace like a chunk of it. He went off track.
I think the same with Piastri as well. So he's not the only one.
Yeah, no, it does happen, and we can't really use testing as an idea. But yeah. Anyway, so
Wild card.
Yeah, wild card. So yeah, that will be the end of the video. If you agree, if you disagree, let us know in the comments. If you could follow us on not just here, but use the links in the description, and we'll put a link tree. And we'll put a link tree. Nope. And we'll put a link tree link in the comments as well. That would be fantastic. You would, make our day. And yeah, we'll revisit this in the summer break and see how it's weighing up at that point.
And see how right I am about the Antonelli prediction.
Yeah, see where you're at. Yeah. So, yeah. We will see you soon.